I've been reading through The Total Mess, which is a compilation of times when you were sitting with students, and this was coming from
satsangs.
Satsang, yeah,
Right.
yeah, definitely.
Spiritual meetings. Right.
Mm-hmm. So this is coming from back in August of 2007, where you were sitting with Sadhu Bhav and Om Mudra. And here you were saying, in fact, it may be said that the river of blood serves as the most powerful bridge towards the field of practice in the ways of transcension, since it represents the mother of all suffering. Without birth, there is no death. Clearly, the river of blood is the graveyard and the golden or blood road leading up to it. And my question is the best way for somebody to transcend or deal with their river of blood to take a step back from it or look at it from an outside perspective?
Well, the river of blood is how you come into this universe. It's a physical bridge. It's a blood, physical, life's bridge. So it's not equal to awakening. There's no guarantee, there's no promise, because you're part of the river of blood, you're going to be given anything, see? Or that you might lose something. See? So it's what you do with the river of blood that makes all the difference. If you use it as a stepping stone towards realization, fine. If you use it as a stepping stone to doom, it works that way. Yeah. So it's less about the river of blood and more about your state of mind, which is all you really have to navigate the rough waters, the storms, right, and the inherited suffering of the river of blood. So, along with that, the mind should see fit to find help in some form or other to support them on this rough and ragged journey through the river of blood from birth to death. Now?
Mm. Yeah, so we were talking on the porch before, and you were saying, the teacher can guide somebody, but the only thing, but they can't take the karma away from the student. So only the student can do that. Only the student can get themselves out of.
Good. So you have your ordinary worldly family karma, and up pops the teacher, male, female, whatever. Likeable, unlikable, whatever, teacher, right? One who knows you enough to tell you to give up your self, thought, mind, and world. That's the teacher. Right? He's demanding or asking for the impossible from most people. Say, what? What do I have left when I give up self, thought, minds, and world, teacher? We hope nothing. In the way. Nothing in the way. Towards falling into the deeper core level of spiritual intelligence and or higher wisdom, which are part of the same soul circuitry. Mm-hmm. So it's in the relieving of your karma, relieving yourself of your karma. And there are situations where that is, let's say, better serviced, like retreats and things of that sort, right? Monasteries. Not that anyone has to go there to let go of karma and suffering, but those are the ideal places, if you can find one. A person can create that in their own home, a monastic retreat or refuge. Place of quiet, clearness, vibration, and openness to go in deeper, or experiencing your connection with the idea of the heart is the universe is the heart. Mm-hmm.
So then going back to the point of, or just the topic of the river of blood, is that just, I've heard you,
Well, it's family.
yeah,
Family.
right,
The great family. Parents, brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, grandparents, children. River of blood. It's also the world. Right? The world is part of the larger stream of the river of blood, and the same with the solar system. Right? Solar system. And the sun are all part of a larger stream that they are embedded in, and then you have the galaxy embedded in another stream or ocean of awareness or intelligence or possibility and potential. And then the universe itself is also embedded in something greater, bigger, more majestic, right? Profound, gone, right? Indescribable. Come on.
I may have, through reading your books, have come across the term in regards to the river of blood, like as like a magnetic force. Is that something that you would? Is that a term you would use to describe it? It's
Well,
bringing things into your field and maybe releasing things from your field.
every cell is magnetic. The river of blood is its own magnetic field. Okay. Its own magnetic tape, so to speak, of good and bad karma. The memory is magnetic tape. Yeah. Consciousness, magnetic tape. Yeah. So the blood is where, if we use a metaphor, blood, passion, urge, drive, is very powerful in that way. Right. But that doesn't mean that's you. That means it's something that pulls you, drives you, or pushes you away from things, people, circumstances. So it is electromagnetic in a way. If it's good, then it's all good. If it's not good, then it becomes other than good and generally painful, stressful, and unbearable as it could be. Right? People wonder why they even here. Why now? Why anything? Because they don't fit in. See? They're not in alignment with what it is that they created by virtue of agreeing to be born to the two, mother and father. See? So many people suffer that. When you come to the spiritual point, then you want to reconcile those massive sort of blocks, right, in your mind and heart about who you are, and ignoring what the spiritual is, which is what the darker side of the blood will do. It can enable you to ignore the existence and the truth of the spiritual, which you have to be open to see sometimes, because each one of us is that when we open and see it for what it is. That doesn't solve anything for many people, but that's a step on the path of understanding your relationship to the reality of the heart is the universe. The universe is the heart. Mm.